Hello there, Luke. This is my dear friend, Judy, and Sharon, oh, here comes somebody else.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. And welcome to our search for a star. And tonight we have a new and great star, and more than one. I don't know how many people here know Alan Jeffries. Hope you know him. Why did you come?
Sue, let her come in.
Well, you came because he's talented, you love him, and he's terrific. You know, we've been trying to get Alan up on a stage. I've known him 15 years now. And listen to his wonderful music, and his music is terrific. He has, besides his wonderful comedy flair, you're going to hear some great songs that he's written. The evening isn't long enough for you to hear all his music, but you're going to hear some wonderful things with some very fine singers we'll introduce to you later. Right now, I'd like to introduce you to my partner and my wife, Judy Jordan Shepherd. Hold it. I don't give her the mic that easy. You know, I got no wife when it comes to show business. It's every man for himself. Judy has a throat infection and was told not to talk. She was told not to talk for a week or two. Jesus Christ, what a wonderful week I've had. The only thing is, I don't know what the hell to say now that I can talk. She does most of the talking, and I'm not used to this. She can't talk, but we don't really want her to.
I'm not going to be speaking to you personally, which I miss more than anything, because so many of you, most everyone here, and most everyone that Alan and Judy know, I know as well. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to speak to you personally. So I just want to say a few words before the show starts. And welcome all of you and thank all of you for coming, because these are very special people and very dear to our hearts. And I cannot tell you, there's no way that they would have stopped me from saying anything when this is Alan's show. And you're in for a wonderful treat, because this is a special, talented human being. And it has been so long that we've been telling him to come and do a show where all of our friends can come and see him. And he's marvelous and wonderful, and we love him, and I can't wait to see all the wonderful things that he's capable of doing. Alan Jeffries.
And believe it or not, this first time, Alan is a creator and not a performer, but tonight he is a performer. And we've always thought him as a performer because I love him in the living room, and I saw him up here for the first time. I like him in the bedroom too. I heard he's great. And Judy Scott, one of our great singers, Sherry Goldner, joining him in his music. And actually, I would like to explain what we do here at Callback. Well, I remember it. And I never get to talk, so it's hard for me to remember all these things. We're here every Monday night. And we, at 9:30, we have Search for Star Cabaret, and we present new talent, as many as 40 people in the evening. Mostly singers. We specialize with singers, and some variety acts and comedians. And from those people, we pick people and we feature them on an early show at 8 o'clock where they do a complete act. And we try to help them in any way we can. We've helped get some people record contracts, and some of the really ones who thought we were wonderful were a little selfish as well as being greedy, and we sign them personally. And we have our own segment with Joe Franklin every 2 weeks, and we co-host that with him, and we present 4 new stars every 2 weeks with him. And we're going to be on Sally Jesse Raphael, July 15th, presenting we have a thing called Shower Singers of America, and we're presenting our shower singers on her show. And that we have high hopes that it might become a regular thing on Channel 7 all over the country. What else? That takes care of that. Now we're also at Paulson's every Sunday afternoon doing our search for a star. Now, I wanted to do something different tonight, so I went looking for a composer. So we spoke to ASCAP, William Morris' office, and Irving Berlin wasn't available. And Bert Bacharach didn't want to come in to do it.
He wanted to,
Yeah.
it was a bad night.
Yes. Rogers and Hart, well, they turned us down because they're not here anymore. But we had a guy named Marburger. Marburger, they offered us Marburger, Alan Marburger, because he's going to want to do a video here called Marburger the Great. It turns out Marburger the Great, Marburger is Alan Jeffries' real name. And my real name is Rambam, so it'd be a hell of a team, Marburger and Rambam. 2 nice Italian boys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an evening without Sammy Kahn. Thank God, because it's an evening with the works of Mr. Alan Jeffries.
It's an evening without Sammy Kahn, and you won't even notice he's gone. I may not have his savoir, I may not have his flair, I may not have his credits, but I do have his hair. But it's neither here nor there, because it's an evening without Sammy Kahn, that magical musical mastodon. And as the evening goes on, I'm sure you will say that Sammy's a master, but Alan, hey. Still, I've been breaking my balls to get it on. An evening without Sammy Kahn. 3 cones in the mountains, which one will pay the toll? Ah yes, Sammy is a great writer, and one of the few greats to be recognized in his lifetime. What a joy to know that your efforts have been appreciated. Most of our great geniuses died without ever knowing or experiencing public acclaim. And it's to them who gave so much that I dedicate this evening. Ready with the camera? Action. Today is June 10th, 1986, and my name's Marburger. I'm recording this on videotape today, then taking the tape and locking it away. A little time capsule that someday, perhaps, you will play. Hi. Hello, posterity, hello. This is for you. I want you to know, as I sit before the camera, alone on the stage, it's nice to know that someday I'll be the latest rage. No autographs, please. Hello, posterity, hello. You knew this would happen. Hello, posterity, hello. Be sure to listen to every word that's said. And even if it's not new, it's the least you could do, 'cause after all, I'm dead. Sebastian Bach was up to his ears in hock, and Beethoven died without ever hearing a rave. Vincent van Gogh, too, what he heard drove him cuckoo. And not even the Pope helped with the rope when they lowered poor Mozart in his grave. Why, we don't even know where William Shakespeare was buried. As a matter of fact, we don't know who he was. And for Kafka, was it any less? Michelangelo died penniless. And I ask you, could Jesus really save? A few CDs, maybe, across the rest out. It's deplorable, unignorable, to think such genius can go by unrewarded. It's sadistical, unartistical. So the next time you see an artist like me, be sure that he's well applauded. Now let's hear it for Shostakovich. How about Franz Schubert? Paul Gauguin? Toulouse-Lautrec? Billy Shepherd? Fort Lee? For me, don't bother. I have other plans. Hello, posterity, hello. There's a new star that's sailing to your shores. And I'll have my day, they can't take it away. So I just want to say, in my own humble way, hello, posterity. Posterity, I'm yours. Tucked away in the caverns of Manhattan is a quaint little street called Madison. Unscarred by time and the violence of crime. Not a place where the race of the rat is run. But high above the streets and its lofty towers lurks a force unequaled by man, so devastating with its overwhelming powers, that I feel that I must, because it is just, blow a gust into dust and bust the crust to reveal the master plan. Oh, what is our greatest national product? The one that outsells all the rest. And everywhere you go, you get that warmish glow, 'cause you know that you're getting the best. You don't even have to be suspicious. It's been packaged, perfumed, and ground. It's pure, unadulterated bullshit. And they're spreading it all around. Bullshit. They're selling bullshit. We use it in our baths and when we shave. But it's bullshit. We're smelling bullshit. Or the land of the freak and the home of the depraved. Have you seen the new red, white, blue toothpaste? It's for trench mouth. Of course, it's no good if the other guy uses AIM. It starts each morning with our breakfast cereal. It's been huffed and puffed and buffed before we get it. Then at office coffee break, it's a coca smoke and a bellyache from a little bag of styrofoam cheese twists. And oh shit, we've had it. Lunch, you know the junk food mess? Take a Rolaic for distress. And pray you'll be okay by evening dinner, which we eat and watch TV, which states implicitly exactly what we should eat, where, drive, where we should go to church, and who we should vote for if we want to be a winner. But it's bullshit. They're selling bullshit. They put it in our food and what we drink. But it's bullshit. We're eating bullshit. But the bird seed is better than you think. It's got vitamins. But it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And you'll know it when they pile it on your grave. Bullshit. A lifetime full of bullshit. For the land of the free and the home of the bullshit. and obviously I was becoming a cynic. Then I met Judy. She came to me to write her an act. And when I saw her, I wanted to write her a life. But unfortunately, she had other ideas.
Watching the boys go by. Can't lose your shirt just looking. Just window shopping, not stopping to buy. Can't go wrong by waiting. Making your heart hold still in the anticipating is more than half of the thrill. Just looking, not leaping, I'm keeping it cool till I finally see exactly what I'm after. No straying, no paying, no playing the fool. I may like, but I don't touch. Not too quickly, not too much. Those who seek will find love, though it's in short supply. If you are so inclined, love won't ever pass you by. I'm looking, just looking, till I'm looking in the eye.
Well, I thought I was looking love in the eye, but previous experience had taught me differently. Love and I can never get along. Makes no difference how we try. For a while there are no doubts, and then it's right back on the outs again. For love and I are never very close. We seem to pass each other by. There are times I think it's mine to take, then heading for another break. Go love and I've played the game too often, and though I'm not smart, I have learned that though love is grand, it can get out of hand. And when you play with fire, when you're bound to get burned, so love and I, we just told her, a young comedian just starting out, and she also needed material for her act. We wrote this piece together.
Thank you. Those of you that know me are probably saying, she doesn't look anything like she used to look. And those of you that don't know, let me explain what I used to look like. I used to be a cross between Christy Brinkley and Linda Evans. Or was that David Brinkley and Dale Evans? No, it was definitely Christy and Linda. Anyway, I got so tired of looking like every other blonde bimbo, no offense to the blonde bimbo, anyone, that I went in for an overhaul. And I think they did a pretty good job, don't you think? I look completely different. But seriously, I have been fighting the battle of the bulge all my life, and I finally figured out what I've lost. Every time they said retreat, I thought they said let's eat. Now, I've gone up and down the scales more times than Liberace, but you know what it is? You can't just diet, you have to exercise. And I've just lost a little bit of weight, but I combined it with exercise. First thing I did was I started jogging, but I quit because I got too depressed every time I heard my thighs applaud. Then I decided to take a calisthenics course, and this was great, but the only way the instructor could get me to touch my toes is if she sprinkled M&Ms at my feet. Gravity boots. This was something new. I read it in Cosmopolitan magazine, so it had to be true. You put on these cockamamie gravity boots, you hang upside down on an exercise bar, and you do your exercises. Well, not only did I get sick to my stomach from the blood rushing to my head, I almost suffocated in my cleavage. Then I went out to California, where I discovered that the big thing out there was aerobics. But I soon found out that aerobics is a Jewish word that means death by exhaustion. But I have recently read an article that has completely changed my life. I picked up Cosmo once again, and of course that's my Bible, and there it said, in big, bold type, Alan. He doesn't read Cosmo. You are what you eat, from your head down to your feet. Those pizzas, those pickles, those pears and those plums all end up as features, elbows or thumbs, 'cause you are what you put in. And the rest of it drips down your chin. Yuck! They even say our sex life and our personality are determined by the vitamins A, B, C, D, E. So girls, if you want to be discreet, remember you are what you eat. Now me, I've been eating too much asparagus lately. This article went on to say that everything you put in your mouth takes a specific direction once it passes your lips. For example, fish, potatoes, carrots, tomatoes, oops, chocolate, wheat germ and honey, ladyfingers, cauliflower, spinach, Jello. For love, there's oysters unless you join the cloisters. For complexion, there's peaches and cream. Chinese food, Japanese food, Greek food, soul food, junk food, if you know what I mean. Pasta fazool turns to fat as a rule, and red peppers can put you in the heat. Sassafras gives you lots of gas, and beans will sound the retreat. And radishes, well, they make me repeat. While pig's knuckles go right to your feet. Then there's navel oranges for your belly button, and prunes if you're bound and you can't do nothing. Chitlins and greens make your hair grow wavy. So stay away from purple grapes. Besides those terrible tummy aches, you'll end up with a bad case of varicose veins. Speak nothing of delta denture stains. That should have sent you to an early gravy. Oh, you
help me finish a show I've been working on, and she agreed. It was called the All-Girl Review, and when Judy heard about it, she wanted to be in it too.
Absolutely. Don't shout me. That's where she sleeps with them, you know?
Homo sapiens, through the ages, patronize the latest rages, no matter how severe or how extreme. Yet through all recorded history, when they finally solved each mystery, sex has always been the underlying theme. And so it is today, in every single way, although they may have tried to change the look. From Cleopatra to Maud, you'll find most men applaud a sexy, buxom broad who can really cook. So without any further ado, we proudly present to you the utterly subtly, somewhat smuttily, cuddly all-girl review. It's strictly an all-girl review with an Oedipus Rex Reed point of view.
With plenty of meat and plenty of potatoes.
And when you get a look at some of our tomatoes,